I do.
Hi.
I like your necklace.
Good.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a real one.
That's the real thing? Wow. Man, that's really nice.
It's one Elvis gave me.
Really? Did he? What's your name?
Dick Grob.
Oh, you're Dick Grob?
Yeah.
Dick, I'm Billy.
Billy?
Nice to meet you, my friend.
How you doing?
I've heard your name 1,000 times.
Yeah, all bad, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was terrible, Dick.
But, you know, that's the way it goes.
Yes, sir. Well, I do a YouTube channel, and I tell Elvis stories.
Yeah.
And I go around and just meet people and do different stuff, and I also tell obscure stories and that kind of stuff. Have you got a story you'd like to tell?
Not right offhand, but
okay.
You know, ask me a question and I'll answer it.
Well, man, I don't even know what to even think of, Dick. But friends, this is Dick Grob. If you look up his name, you'll see that he has a lot of history with Elvis, and he's famous in his own right.
Not really, not really.
I've heard your name 1,000 times, Dick.
I will go down in history, not for anything I've done, but for my association with Elvis.
Yes, sir.
That was important.
Yes, sir.
He was one great guy.
Yes,
really,
sir.
he was.
I never got a chance to meet him, and I'm sad about that, but I've met everybody that has met him, or a lot of people, so everybody speaks highly of him.
I got nothing bad to say about the man. He was a good, close friend and an employer and everything.
Yes, sir.
We got along great.
Yes, sir. So you worked in security, am I remembering that right?
I was his chief of security.
Chief of security, I thought that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I went to Sonny, I went to his funeral recently. He lived in the town I lived in.
Yeah,
so I went there in Hendersonville,
yeah.
And I also went to Reds recently.
Well, unfortunately, because I live in Las Vegas.
Oh, do you?
And, you know, and I knew Sonny has been sick for several
for
years.
a long time.
But I know Sonny as a fighter.
Yeah.
And I thought he would eventually win that fight. Unfortunately, he didn't.
But man, he fought a long time, years.
He did a lot of pain.
So I think he made it a lot longer than most people would have.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The thing that was shocking to me was I stood there at Sonny's and watched Red, and I thought, man, Red looks fantastic. He's 81 years old, and he still looks good. He looks strong. And in less than 2 months, he was gone. I couldn't believe it.
That was a surprise.
Yeah.
I heard about it out there. You know, both places I wish I could have gone to the funeral, but couldn't.
So I know Dave Hebler lives in Las Vegas. Do you do stuff with Dave?
No, he lives in, last I knew, Gardnerville, which is over by Carson City.
Okay, but it's still in Nevada. It's just not in Las Vegas. Okay, I didn't realize it wasn't in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's a long distance away from
It is, so it sounds close, but it's same state, different side.
Yeah, because I'm on the east side.
Yeah.
You know, we're just right next door to Arizona.
Yeah.
And he's on the other side, right next to California. So.
Can you think of anything that would be unique that people probably don't know about that would have happened at Graceland? Anything just off the top of your head?
Well, you know, Elvis loved Graceland.
Yeah.
And I think it's, don't get my year right, but 71 or 72 when he, I think it was 71 when he was voted into the 10 Young Men of the Year.
Yeah, he went downtown Memphis and accepted that. Yeah.
He had everybody into Graceland as a party. He personally took everybody in, so he took every person that came in on a tour of Graceland.
Wow.
And showed them all the places, because he was very proud of Graceland.
Yeah.
And he enjoyed having people there. And he just felt that was a high point in his life. That was very important to him.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the things that he really loved, was Graceland.
Yes, sir. Well, man, I thank you for that story. I tried to go where the hotel is downtown, to where that podium was, you know, in the pictures and stuff, but it's an apartment complex now, and you can't get in. I'm still going to try to get in. I wonder where that podium is at.
You know,
it's probably in the back room somewhere sitting there.
Somewhere, yeah.
And I'd love to see that thing.
It used to be a Holiday Inn hotel.
Yeah.
And Kenneth Wilson, who founded Holiday Inn, he built the first hotel over here across the Wilson Road.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That became the Heartbreak Hotel.
That was his hotel.
Oh, I didn't know that. I remember when it was Wilson Road. That's been a while.
The way we used to rent at least one of his jets to fly places.
Yeah.
And he had a Learjet that we took one time and went from here to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then he went to Palm Springs.
Yeah.
And Kemet had a flight out the next morning. His plane wasn't there. So he had to go lease another plane to fly him where he was going.
Wow.
That was Elvis.
Yeah, no doubt.
Video I showed you of Sonny where Red was there because he was so looking.
Yeah.
Don't video me right now. No, I'm just talking because I sound like a hillbilly. But he was looking forward to seeing Red again.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to be here.
I know, and then he passed away.
Supposed to be here.
So I showed him your YouTube video.
Well, and I made one about Red too.
Yeah. Oh, you
know,
did?
I did.
Have to check it out.
But I could kick my butt. I was standing, not much further than me to you.
Yeah, don't back up too far.
With Red,
you'll get wet.
And didn't walk over and speak to him. I've never spoken to him before. I've never seen him in person.
He was a nice man.
But I hated to do. I didn't think it was appropriate at a funeral.
Well,
I didn't do it. But man,
I agree with you.
I hate that I didn't. I felt bad, to be honest with you, about going and making that video. But I felt like Elvis fans would want to see it later. The family actually thanked me.
If you ever put it on DVD, I'd love a copy.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, just because he was a good friend. We worked together for a number of years.
Yes, sir. He seemed to be a fine fella.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I think he learned some stuff from me, and I learned some stuff from him.
Yeah.
And we didn't always agree on everything.
Yeah.
But we were very close. In fact, when I moved to Memphis here, his wife found me the house that I bought that I lived in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we lived right about 2 blocks away from each other.
Well, there, I met her, and man, they seemed to be great people. The family, the kids, everybody.
They were.
Yeah.
They truly were.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was such a shock to have him pass away so quickly, because it was. I know he had some heart problems that they worked on, but this just came up out of nowhere, you know. Well, that's true. There's always one cop.
Yeah.
But I know that Elvis, we used to go out and he would ride around, and he would take off down 55 into Mississippi.
Yeah.
And we'd call the Tennessee Highway Patrol and the Mississippi, and they'd get all their guys off the freeway, so Elvis could tear down.
Really?
And then he'd turn around and come back, 100 miles an hour on there, so.
So he had a lot of special privileges because he was Elvis, of course. He was Elvis.
Not so much because he was Elvis, but because he liked policemen.
Yeah.
He was he always wanted to be a policeman, I think. And I'm glad he wasn't, because he was too kind all the time to everybody, but he supported policemen. He would contribute money to them and everything around. So every cop loved him, really, around the countryside.
Yes, sir. That's really cool. That's a great story, man. I appreciate that.
Not a problem.
So, one more question.
Yes, sir.
There's another picture of Elvis walking around in a jumpsuit at the Cadillac dealership. And it's him. Behind him is Linda Thompson, Joe Esposito behind him, Linda's brother behind him, and Billy Smith. They're all of them are there.
At the Cadillac dealership. On Madison Avenue.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so my question is this. He's wearing a jumpsuit. Did Elvis, would he be heading somewhere wearing the jumpsuit? Or did he just sometimes put the jumpsuit on and become Elvis?
He just became Elvis at times.
Really?
That particular one, and I don't remember the year, that particular dealership, we dealt a lot with that.
Yeah.
He had just purchased, we had just come off a tour, and he had just purchased 15 Lincoln Mark IIs or one, whatever it was, and he gave them away to everybody. Well, the dealership the manager came in the morning, there wasn't no paperwork on it. Boy, he calls up Vernon, wakes Vernon up, wants demanding money.
Yeah.
Vernon calls Elvis, because he didn't know that they'd been, Elvis, sit down, don't worry about it, goes back to sleep. An hour later, the dealership calls Vernon again. Vernon calls Elvis again. Wakes him up again. Now, Elvis isn't getting very happy about being woke up. This happened the third time. Finally, after the third one, Elvis calls me, wakes me up, and says, get everybody in here with the cars. We're taking them back. That night, we took them all, not all 15, because a couple of them left town. We took them back, went right down to the Cadillac dealership, bought 18.
Wow.
Which one of them he gave to a woman who was out front,
just happened to be there,
just looking around.
Right.
She was,
I'm doing a story on her.
Yeah.
Minnie is her name.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nobody knew her.
Yeah.
Elvis did. He walked up and he saw her looking at this Cadillac. And he said, well, you like that? She said, oh, I've always wanted, loved to have one, and always wanted all my life. He said, it's yours. And he handed her the keys.
Yeah.
I don't know that she could even drive, you know, but she left out of there with that Cadillac, you know.
So do you think that he would, the story is that he went as Elvis to that dealership and just gave Cadillacs away all day?
I don't know that, I don't remember him being in a jumpsuit, to be honest, but Elvis, when he dressed to go outside, was different than you or I might.
Yeah.
You know.
The what they call the Silver Phoenix jumpsuit.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's Linda behind him.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So would that just be a normal day?
No.
Or was he on his way somewhere? Do you think?
We weren't on our way to anywhere. I was there.
You were there.
I was there at that dealership that night.
Do you recall what happened?
It's like I said.
Giving away cars that day?
He wanted to buy 8. He bought 18 cars to replace the 15 that he
and so you think this is the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's down Madison Avenue, down on...
Yeah, I've shot there.
Yeah.
I've been here to where this picture was made at.
But he didn't consider that really a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
He just put it on because he wanted to look sharp. You know, just clothes.
Wow. That is interesting. Because, see, I didn't think that Elvis ever went out
not in a jumpsuit.
In a jumpsuit like that. So, wow, interesting.
Yeah, it was just one he put on because it was very flashy.
Yes, sir. That's my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Nice to meet you, my friend.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't take too much of your time.
No, I'm just out here smoking a cigarette.
That's a big deal, man, to be able to get this history on film. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
And so I do appreciate that.
Not a problem. Well, it was over at the airport there. They've changed everything over there.
Yeah.
I know I can find approximately where they were, but there were 2 there, and I understand that Ron Strauss, who was the co-pilot, is going to be here this week.
So he may be able to give me some insight about that.
Yeah, you know, now those 2 are, and an interesting thing, I can't remember the kid's name, but there was a kid over there that wanted to fly, learn to fly.
Yeah.
And so he met Elwood David, who was the pilot, Ron and Jim Manning, who was the flight engineer, and Carol Boutelier, who was the stewardess. They got to know each other. They let him start vacuuming the inside of the Lisa Marie. Then he started getting to wash the outside. Then he hand waxed the whole plane.
Wow.
This kid now is a captain for, it's either United or American or one of the big airlines, and he flies back and forth from the U.S. to Europe.
Wow.
You know, and I haven't talked to him in years, but I did a little story about him one time for an English magazine.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you recall his name?
I don't remember his name offhand.
Well, if you think of it, let me know.
Yeah, I will.
Appreciate you, Vic.
He was a great kid. You know.
Yeah. Well,
worked hard in school and everything else, and he made his bones. Let's say, you know.
Yeah, he worked for it. He didn't just expect it. He earned it.
No, he did.
Amazing.
Very good kid. He was an all-A student and everything else, but he just loved the airplanes.
Yeah.
And he was very young at the time. He was, I don't know, 17, maybe 18, out there working after school and stuff. Great kid. Great kid.
Appreciate you, Dick.
Not a problem.
Thank you, my friend.
We'll see you later.
See you. Yes, sir.
All right, so these are the kind of archives that Dick kept. He kept every single thing that he ever got his hands on. What this is an airplane ticket from American Airlines. It's from Memphis to Los Angeles, and if you notice, the date is August 11th, 1974. Elvis flew from here in Memphis to LA to rehearse, and he was opening at the Hilton. He opened at the Hilton on August the 15th.
And
that's
this
the
was
show. That's correct. This
name. He didn't use John Burroughs. He used Jay Carpenter.
That's correct. Elvis opened. This is the show where he opened August 15th, 1974, and he opened the show with Big Boss Man.
Okay.
That's the show at the Hilton where they changed the set list up. See, he started with C.C. Ryder all the time. And this 1974, he changed it just the opening night, and then they went back to C.C. Ryder.
Wow.
But this would have been him flying from Memphis to L.A. August 11, 1974. The ticket,
credit card for Charlie Hodge.
it was an American Express card. It was paid for by Charlie Hodge. But the cool thing is, if you'll notice right here, that the passenger's name is Mr. Jay Carpenter, which was Elvis's movie character.
That's right.
John Carpenter.
In the very last
Change of Habit.
Change of Habit. That's right.
And Elvis would often check into hotel rooms or fly under the name John Carpenter. And this has been known. People have talked about this, written about it. But here we actually have physical evidence showing that it's actually true. That
and I knew he used John Burroughs sometimes.
He would use Burroughs or Carpenter, both.
Interesting.
But this is actual proof.
That's real proof. That really happened.
Yep.
Amazing.
And these are the things that are in Dick's book, is archives that he has kept all these years. He has plane tickets just like this that are in the book. He would go himself from Memphis to LA to pick Lisa up when it was time for visitation with Elvis. And he has airplane tickets that say Dick Grob, and right here it says Lisa Grob. And it was him picking up Lisa, and he kept all of these things. And this is in the book. This is on the back cover of the book. And this is actually a little idea I came up with. This is a bookmark. Because think about when you go on a flight or something, usually you take your ticket, your receipt, and you use your airplane ticket as your receipt, as your bookmark. And on the back we have information about what the ticket is. It tells a little brief story about it, and then how to get the book. But this comes with the book.
So if they get a book, they get a copy of this.
Yep.
Amazing.
Can we change faces?
I'm gonna have to. I can't not get a shadow in here.
Hello. Hello.
Just his name or just something?
I'm Billy.
One Billy. B-I-L-L-Y.
Yep.
And he's here in Sydney. Has some great conversations about Elvis and Warren.
This is the lady that can talk to you about it.
She told me, she said, I said, well, she said, well, shame on you. I said, well, shame on you. It's good to see you.
Who's this one to?
One to Bill.
So forever and a day, her name.
Bill, B-I-L-L.
Oh, no, you just know how to make a woman bow.
D-A-V-E. Good.
He's still alive, but he has dementia.
I met him years ago.
What's that?
12 o'clock.
I know, we're here. Dave, D-A-V-E. You get me in trouble. And then no, thank you. Glad. This has been a wonderful week. This has been a wonderful week. I'm just going. Thank you so much.
Unfortunately. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm sorry I was a pain.
You got it.
Nice to meet you,
Well,
my
you
friend.
are a pain.
I am a pain. Just be honest.
Yeah.
That's right. Appreciate
Take
you, man.
care.
Y'all have a safe
Take
trip.
care.
I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
God bless you. So there they are, friends. I got a couple.
So, friends, I got a couple of copies for my friends, and I got a copy for myself. Fascinating read, very interesting stuff. Kind of an inside look at the things that you don't even think about that happened with Elvis on tour, and safety and security and that kind of stuff. I recommend that you buy it. The way that you would get it is look for the Elvis Pawn Shop or John Daly on Facebook, and just contact John through either one of those. That is him with the Elvis Pawn Shop, and that's how you get this book.